Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel, Coops Fitness. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe right away and like this video. So what I want to talk about today is an exercise that is, I want to say it's not as common as it should be. Not as common as it should be. Yeah, still fairly common. You still see it. And yes, a lot of people perform this exercise, but I don't think this particular exercise is as common as it should be just because of how effective it is. It's for your triceps. It is the overhead tricep extension with a dumbbell over your head and you press up. Now, I say that it should be performed more and it's a little bit underrated and overlooked, and I say that because the overhead tricep extension, unlike typical tricep exercises that you see everybody doing all the time, that you see everybody doing a little bit too much of just because they're overtraining with those particular exercises. Like tricep push downs, and tricep push downs are great. Like, I love tricep press downs, but a lot of people are just doing that exercise a little too much, too often, or they don't know how to do that exercise correctly, and they're just wasting their time only doing tricep press downs instead of incorporating a variety of exercises into their routine. So with the overhead tricep extension, the reason why sometimes it can be better than the other tricep exercises is because the overhead tricep extension with a dumbbell, it emphasizes really on the long head. Really on the long head. Now, why is that important? Well, the long head of the tricep is like the bulk of the tricep, okay? That is the part of the tricep that is going to show the most, especially when you're wearing a t-shirt and you're filling up your sleeves, right? That part of the muscle, when it's developed, that is going to be the part that really fills up the sleeve and really sticks out, really giving you that buff look. So it's extremely important to really concentrate on that long head when training your triceps. Now, a lot of people, like I said, will go to kickbacks, they'll go to dips, they'll go to tricep pushdowns, which is all great. Those exercises will target the whole tricep. Like, they will target the whole tricep a little bit, so a little bit of all three heads, but they're not going to emphasize as much on the long head as much as big pressing movements. Because you got to think, if you're doing a press overhead, that's using just your tricep. It's almost like a shoulder press, but it's not a shoulder exercise. So the triceps have to do all the work, which means that exercise has to recruit the strongest and biggest component, right, of the muscle group. That muscle group, the tricep, has to recruit its strongest part. And that is why the overhead tricep extension works primarily the long head and a little bit lateral and medial heads of the tricep muscle. And that's why you want to focus on that exercise. That's why I think every single tricep workout, or every single arm workout, or chest workout, or push workout, however you categorize and organize it, whatever workout you're doing, I do believe that every single one of those should include just that. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to cover today, is that one exercise, it's a very important exercise to do, and I don't want people to skip out on that exercise just because I think that exercise is very, very important. Regardless of whether or not you can do the standard one with one pair of dumbbell where you bring both arms behind your head and hold one pair of dumbbell, or if you take a lighter dumbbell and just do it with one arm, whatever you want. But make sure you're doing something where you're pressing overhead instead of just pressing down or pressing back. Because if you only do exercises for your tricep that push or press down and back, you're not going to get enough long head activation. In order to get enough long head activation to develop the bulk of the tricep, you actually have to do bigger lifts. Treat them like compound lifts. Really emphasize on pushing it out there. Really emphasize on pumping it up and getting as much force output as you can, as long as your goal is to get stronger. Or if your goal is more muscle, of course, focus on that tension of the muscle, right? Get that mind-muscle connection. But regardless, make sure you're including that exercise in all of your workouts, okay? So that's it for today's video. If you liked this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Coops Fitness. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Threads. Really helps my platforms grow, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.